This is the Hummingbird News Channel, where we keep you up to date with news from across Jamaica. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And now the details. Teen fights off cop at court. Senior Parish Judge Lorian Cole Montague yesterday pledged to make an example out of a foul-mouthed teenager who, among other things, wrestled with a police woman in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. The teen, Ernest Trail, was at the courthouse to answer charges of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, and his bad behavior saw him being slapped with additional charges of resisting arrest, escaping custody, malicious destruction of property, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, use of abusive and calumnious language, and disorderly conduct. Trail, 19, was standing on the outside of one of the courtrooms when he asked a policewoman whether his name was on the court's list for mention. Displeased with the response, Trail allegedly responded, "Ugly like your big mama gal." The policewoman told him that he would be arrested for abusive and calumnious language. Trail was captured on video flashing off the cop's hands as she escorted him to the holding cell. A tussle ensued and Trail grabbed the cop's uniform, causing some buttons on her blouse to break. Another female cop intervened, but was left barefooted as her shoes were damaged by the teenager. Cole Montague, having seen the video, was not amused. "That mouth needs bleach," she told Trail. "How dare you come to the courthouse and behave in the manner that you did? How dare you? I'm going to make an example out of you, young man, because I have to send a message," the judge said. "This is one place that people must respect. I know there are some police that are extra and sometimes abuse people. And this is not to say that police must be abusive, but did the police tell you about your mother? Did she tell you that you are ugly or that sort of thing?" The youngster said no. He also said he is told about his mother regularly. Cole Montague made her position clear. "Too much things a circulate with people a come courthouse and a behave like it's a market. This is not Coronation Market. This is a court of law, and people are to behave themselves accordingly. And I am making an example of you. You are going to apologize to the officer and apologize to me," Cole Montague said. Trail looked at the cop and said, "I am sorry." Cole Montague ordered Trail to compensate the police officer of $60,000. Trail's mother, who looked on in disappointment as he stood in the prisoner's dock, paid $35,000 on his behalf. Before her son was taken from the courtroom, the judge allowed her to say goodbye. She whispered a prayer and gave him a kiss before he was placed in handcuffs and taken away. She also pleaded with the judge to release him from custody before his 20th birthday, which is July 7th. Cole Montague obliged and ordered Trail to return to court on July 5th for sentencing. He is also expected to pay the remaining $25,000 in compensation. Curfew to start at 11 p.m. as of July 1st. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced the further relaxation of COVID-19 measures in 2 phases as of Thursday, June 24, and effective July 1st, in keeping with a sharp decline in cases of the coronavirus on the island. Holness, who was speaking in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, said effective July 1st, the curfew will begin 2 hours later at 11 p.m. nightly and will end at 5 o'clock the following morning from Monday to Saturday. The curfew will begin at 6 p.m. on Sundays instead of 2 p.m. as now obtains, and will end at 5 o'clock the next morning. Meanwhile, the orders for places of worship, cinemas and theaters will be modified as of Thursday, June 24. Whereas the current order under the Disaster Risk Management Act allows for a maximum of 50 worshippers, the amendment will see churches now being able to accommodate up to 70% of their congregation in a single worship service, depending on the size of the worship hall. That capacity is calculated based on one person for every 40 square feet of the designated worship area. All existing protocols, such as mask wearing, temperature checks, and sanitization, will continue. Also, as of June 24, indoor theaters and cinemas will be allowed to open at the same size-based capacity limitations, one person for every 40 square feet, or up to 70% of seating capacity, whichever is lower. And up to 30 people will now be allowed to attend a funeral service. A similar number will be allowed at the burial. Man sentenced to 10 years for sexually assaulting stepdaughter. A 35-year-old vendor who pleaded guilty to sexually molesting his 14-year-old stepdaughter was sentenced to 10 years in prison in the St. Catharines Circuit Court on Tuesday. He was convicted of having sexual intercourse with a person under 16 years old, grievous sexual assault, and assault at common law. The sentence was handed down by Justice Carol Lawrence Beswick, who ruled that he remain in prison for 7 years before becoming eligible for parole. It was also revealed that the convicted man, whose name is being withheld to preserve the child's privacy, has a similar offense pending. Facts of the instant case are that in 2015, the man sexually assaulted the child and threatened her with a machete. The child related her ordeal to her mother, and a report was made to the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse. An investigation was launched and the man arrested and charged. Government and Carib Cement sign MOU to use end-of-life tires as fuel source. The government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Caribbean Cement Company Limited for the entity to use end-of-life pneumatic tires in the cement production process. Under the arrangement, Caribbean Cement will convert used tires at the landfills into an alternative source of fuel, thereby reducing costs and making a positive impact on the environment. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who addressed the virtual signing ceremony held on Tuesday at Jamaica House, said that the agreement will provide a solution to the indiscriminate disposal of used tires and the stockpiling of the material at landfills. He said it is estimated that more than 2 million used tires are generated in Jamaica per annum, and landfills receive approximately 185,700 tires per year. Most of these tires are indiscriminately disposed of along roadways, in gullies, stockpiled in open lots, and of course stored in our landfills, and we estimate that we have approximately 2 million tires stockpiled at Riverton City, Holness said. Their very presence creates a myriad of environmental hazards, public health risks, along with other challenges. Further to that, they occupy valuable space when hoarded at landfills, he added. Holness further pointed out that tires are not biodegradable, so leaving them in a stockpile is not a solution. He commended Caribbean Cement on the innovation in transforming the used tires into a fuel source. 5 more COVID-19 fatalities, 60 new cases. Jamaica has recorded 5 more COVID-19 deaths, pushing the tally to 1,042. 3 of the deaths were recorded in St. James, one of which was previously under investigation. 1 new death was recorded in Manchester and another in St. Mary. 1 more case has been recorded as a coincidental death, increasing the tally to 150. The Health Ministry says this death was previously under investigation.
Meanwhile, there were 60 new cases with ages ranging from 10 months to 90 years, pushing the tally to 49,795, with 19,256 being active. Of the new cases, 31 are women and 29 are men. St. Anne dominates the new cases with 17 being recorded. A total of 1,804 tests were conducted. The country's positivity rate stands at 7.8%. In the meantime, there were 195 more recoveries, increasing the total to 29,130. Some 120 people are in hospital, with 29 being moderately ill and 8 critically ill. 12 people are in government quarantine, while 39,418 are at home. And those were the stories making the news. Stay safe and have a pleasant evening.
This is the Hummingbird News Channel, where we keep you up to date with news from across Jamaica. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And don't forget to hit the bell so you can keep up to date with our new uploads. Until next time, be the change that you wish to see in the world.